I finally passed my 60K Fivers account. As you can tell from my voice, I'm very excited. And it's very interesting for me because there's so much I want to share with you, the ups and downs, the mindset, the risk management. And I'm sure you would actually enjoy it as well. Hello, everyone. As you can see from the screen, I'm Abna Trades. I'm a day trader and I just want to document my journey to consistency. So if you're interested, just stick around and let's dive right into it. But before that, a quick disclaimer. As you already know, this is not a financial advice. I'm just sharing my personal journey here. So make sure to do your own research and please, please, please don't risk more than you can afford to lose. Okay. So let's dive right in. So on my Fibers accounts, if we check here, you can see that I have three evaluation accounts here. I only had bootcamp, which I lost very quickly. And then I bought a high stake account, a 60K high stake account. Okay. So this is where we are going to delve deeper into. With the high stakes accounts, with my first phase, I have to say that it took me quite a while, but not as long as the second phase. The first phase took about 4 to 5 months. So if we check this, we can see that it started on 15th July, went all the way to 6th November. I was supposed to make about 4,800 and I ended up making about 13,739 and lost about 9,917. Okay. So it was a very interesting curve. At this time, I was actually trying to figure out how to trade, what to trade. And basically, I was trading Euro USD at that time. That was the only pair that I wanted to trade. And if you check through my results, you would see that everything here screams Euro USD. There's nothing else. Okay. I thought I had figured out what I was doing, but well, the story rolls on, okay, and you would understand what I mean later. So with this, I finally went to my second phase after passing, right? And with the second phase, as you would see here, it took it took quite a while. It took quite a while. And it started on 11th November, went all the way to 9th October 2025. So when we passed the first phase last year, we just got our account to start again on 11th. And as you can see, the struggle, it wasn't easy. I went into a very deep drawdown. And at this point, I was so mentally exhausted that I wanted to lose the account. I just wanted to take just one trade to pass or fail, but I didn't want to give up. I just didn't want to give up because trading is a marathon. It's not a sprint. And if you can stay long enough, if you can just stick to it long enough, you will figure it out. So I just wanted to give myself that chance to stick to it long enough. So in this phase, we're supposed to make about 3K, but as you can see here, we took about 146 trades. Okay. I ended up making about 37,577 whilst losing about 34,525. So you can see that it was a huge struggle. Okay. And if I have to show you what went on, you just get to understand what I mean. Right now, before actually, you would see that I was trading GPP, JPY, Euro USD. It was just a mess, like instead of just sticking to Euro USD like before, I was trading gold, I was trading USD, JPY, CHF. You would see that it was just a mess. And why was I doing this? I was just doing this just so that I could pass the second phase quickly and start getting my payouts. And I know that most of us do this as well. When we pass our first phase, instead of taking our time to pass the second phase, we rush with the second phase and end up not getting to the funded stage. But I'm glad I just didn't give up on this. Okay. For me, there's of people who would say that, oh, you wasted so much time on this. But I just want to let you know that for me, it wasn't a wastage of time at all because I used this to figure out my style of trading and it helped me to become the kind of trader I am today. For me to go through this very deep drawdown and find a way out, you all know it wasn't easy. Okay. And I'm going to tell you the four things that actually helped me to come out of this drawdown. It's not going to be the typical risk it all and pass. I'm just going to show you practically what I did to get out of this drawdown. It wasn't easy at all. You can see how messy it was, and it looks like a very interesting chart. Which chart should we even give it to? Maybe Euro USD. You have a very nice double bottom then you're stuck in a range. You finally break out of the range. You get a retest. You break out again. It takes liquidity below, and then it goes up. So this is a very interesting chart I actually created here. But basically, I'm just going to show you for real what happened, and then hopefully you can learn something from it. Okay. So the very first thing I had to figure out was my risk management system, because I watched so many videos trying to figure out, okay, what risk should I use and so on and so forth. And most of the people were just saying stick to one risk, but then when you're in a drawdown, reduce the risk. So I was practicing that, so I was just hoping that it would work out, but it didn't work out for me because I only take one trade per day and my risk reward is 1:2. So if I win one trade and then let's say I just stick to one risk, but then I lose it and then I reduce my risk, like it just messes up the whole thing and it causes a lot of frustration. So I decided that, okay, this is what people are saying, but I want to do something different, something that would help me. So I stuck to just one risk, whether I was in a drawdown or not. I just use one risk because you don't, it's all probabilities, right? So you don't know which trade you are going to win and which trade you are going to lose. If you lose a trade and then you reduce your risk, you don't know if the next trade is going to be a winner. And if it's a winner, you would see that you become a bit frustrated because you reduce your risk. And that frustration can even make you do worse things. So for me, sticking to just one risk really, really helped me. And honestly, that's what helped me to come out of the drawdown very easily. All right. So the next thing is sticking to one strategy. Just sticking to one strategy. This, trust me, helped me a lot. And I know a lot of people will say, yeah, it's a cliche. You hear it so many times, stick to one strategy. But when you are practically doing it, you feel the impact of it. So for me, when I decided that, okay, I'm going to just stick to one pair and trade one particular way, it really helped me. And as you can see on the first phase, I was trading only Euro USD, but I got frustrated with it. So I decided to look for another pair that matches well with my personality. And if you look here, you can see that I started trading NASDAQ. So NASDAQ is my baby now. I just trade NASDAQ throughout. I like it, and it really gives me the nice moves I want. I know that I can only focus on it when the New York session opens. So the time I come to the charts, I know that, okay, this is what I'm looking for. Okay. So I'm not spending the whole day on the charts. I only know when I need to come and what I need to do. So I only started trading NASDAQ and I use NASDAQ to pass the account. Okay. So it's not just about sticking to one pair though. For me, what I'm trying to say is that find something that works for you and stick to it. Just don't change it regardless of whatever comes. But of course, you have to adapt when the market's conditions are changing. Okay. But then you also have to be flexible enough to know when to do what you need to do. Now, the third thing, which is the last but not the least, is the process over profit. Guys, I know you've heard this before. I know you've seen this before. You hear other people talk about it, but that's really, really helped me. So I'll just tell you what happened to me at some point. Okay. If you can look on the charts, when I got to this level over here, 14th July, when I was almost passing the account, I just got a trade that could easily give me a 1:2. But I was thinking, well, if I just leave this trade to 1:3, it's going to pass the account. So why don't I do that? So instead of sticking to my plan, I was rather looking at the profit target. And as you can see, it didn't end too well. So even though I was up almost passing, I went into another deep drawdown. Why? Because instead of taking my win, I decided to go for the profit instead, and that didn't work out too well for me. I'm not saying that if you see a good trade, you shouldn't take it. Do that if that applies to your strategy, okay? If that applies to your trading plan. But in my situation, it didn't apply to my trading plan. My trading plan was to take a 1:2, and I didn't. So as you can see, it went to my target. I didn't take the profit and it reversed all the way to stop me out. So this is what I mean by sticking to your process over your profits. Because when you're sticking to your process, in the long run, the profits will show up, right? So I hope you understand that point. And now to the last point, which I must say could be the crown of it all, is taking pressure off the account. What do I mean by this? As you can imagine, you're having just one 60K account, right? and then you have to pass it. You have so much pressure on it. You want to just pass and make some payouts. When you have so much pressure on accounts, trust me, it really messes up with your psychology. And you end up not following your process. You end up just taking any random trade just so that you can pass. So what I decided to do was to buy a smaller account with a different firm, and then I traded that account gradually just to follow my process as well to see if it's going to work. And that alone helped me to rebuild my psychology and to also regain my confidence. So, what do I mean by this? I actually got myself a 10K FTMO account at that time when I was struggling to pass this account. And that account, I actually passed it so quick that I was surprised. I bought the account in May. I'll just show you that quickly. So, as you can see, this is my FTMO dashboard. And this is the challenge account. Okay. The very first account I bought on FTMO, I didn't pass that. That was in March. Okay. But then I bought a second FTMO account in May. Sorry. Yeah, in May. So we can check this quickly and you would see. The account was on 12th May 2025 and I passed it on 11th June 2025. As you can see, I didn't really struggle with this account at all. I went into a small drawdown at the beginning, but in the end, it just went very straight to my target and it wasn't too much of a huge struggle. So as you can see, these are the results for that one. It wasn't too bad at all, I have to say. And that really, really helped me to build my confidence and to help me with my challenge. Okay. So the verification phase, I only have one verification phase here with FTMO. And you can see this one too. It was a very quick win for me. Like I didn't struggle with this at all. So this alone was giving me a boost to just keep going with my 5ers account because I knew that at long last I was going to pass it. All right. So if you can see now, even with my FTMO account, I bought this account, I've still not lost it. Okay. I had it from June. We are now in November. These are the payouts so far I've taken. And with FTMO, anytime you request a payout, they give you a new funded account. Okay, so you can see that I've taken all these with FTMO. So, like I was saying, this was the huge boost for me. And right now, you can see I have one account still running with FTMO, which I got into a bit of a drawdown, but now I'm out of it and I can request a payout in about 6 days if I want to. Okay, so like I was saying, guys, this taking the pressure off the account really, really helped me. And I hope you can understand and hopefully apply it to yourself as well to see if it can help you. So, just to wrap everything up, I just want to let you understand and know that trading, like I mentioned earlier, it's a marathon, okay? It's not a sprint. And if you can take your time to do it, you would notice that it's a beautiful thing. This is not a waste of time at all. Don't let anyone deceive you and tell you you're wasting your time on this. Take your time with it. Do it at your own pace. Don't rush it. And it's going to work out, okay? So as you can see, this is my funded account. It's still active, it's still alive. And as long as I took about a year to pass it, trust me, I'm not going to take this a few days to lose it. I'm going to take my time with it, get as many payouts as I can, and just click on the withdraw button and take so many withdrawals from the 5ers, and as you can see, like I said, I've been trading Nasdaq and it's only Nasdaq you're seeing here. I'm just sticking to the process. I'm just sticking to my rules. And I'll keep updating you guys. If you're interested, just let me know in the comment below because I would keep updating you either every month or every 3 months on how the funded account is going so that it can also help you with your journey. All right, everybody. So that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. And if you got any value from this, make sure to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comment section. Okay. And please remember, stay disciplined, trade smart, and see you in the next video.